Can you hear me okay? Does the sound okay? Hi Dale. Is the sound okay? Hi Stace. That's grand. Okay. I'm going to change the camera angle so I can get down and show you what I'm going to be doing. Stand by for a trip. Right, so there's the gin glass. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut off the stem around about here. Then I'm going to turn this blank down and we are going to have a wooden stem which I'm going to colour instead of having the glass one. Now, Paula was going to be on tonight as my earworm, but again I'm having difficulty with having somebody on the phone while I'm filming with the phone. So I'm just going to have to keep on popping back and having a look at the chat. Hi David. Hi Nick. Right then, so what I've got a small cut-off disc in the Dremel, and realistically this doesn't actually take a lot to cut this off. It should probably only take a couple of seconds. The difficulty is getting the angle right. And there we go. Discard that piece. So I've got around about an inch and a quarter, the hole I need to drill in the end. So that's the glass sorted. So I'll just get the blank mounted in the lathe. Now what it is, it's a piece of mahogany, I think. There's a few cracks in it, which I'm not overly concerned about. Remember to turn the speed down because I was turning pens today, so the speed is very, very high. Anything happening? Was old Paula in? Must be. Right, what do we run that? Right, we're up at about 1500 there. And I'm just going to get this rounded off to start off with. And before anybody asks, no, I'm not going to use the skew tonight. I'm not keen on this tool rest. And that's it, turned down. We've got a big crack going up there, all the way up that side. None at this end. I'll probably make this end the top, and that way I'll probably get rid of all of that crack. So I'm going to put a tenon on this end to hold in the chuck. Just as soon as I find my parting tool. I'll just get it straightened off first. Bear with me while I alter the camera angle. Otherwise you'll not be able to see what the hell's going on. There we go, sorry about that guys. I'll show you the t-shirt a bit later on, Stace. Right, that's the tenon done. Now, I don't put a dovetail on my tenons. With the chuck I've got, I use an Axminster chuck, and with this particular set of jaws, which is the C jaws, they've actually got the parallel but they've got a lip on them. Move that down a bit. That's better. They've got a lip in here, which is specifically built for putting the screw chuck into. But what I tend to do is with my small parting tool is put another groove in, and what that does is hold onto the chuck better. I'll just put that into there. Now what I'll do first is get the hole drilled. So the thinnest part of the stem here, that's 10 mil. So I'm going to drill a 10 mil hole, and then I'll actually widen the hole out so I can fit the rest of this stem in. And I'll just mark on the drill how far I need to go down. Turn the speed down for drilling. Just under 500 there. There. So what we're going to try and do is get this, that just fits in there and no more. So we're going to get this so I can actually get it fitted all the way up the stem of this glass. And to do that, I'm going to use a very small scraper. And we'll just keep on doing this until I get it down to where I'm happy with it. I think it's Mahogany Joy. Right, I just need a bit more cleaned out at the bottom. Don't need to do the top. I'm just going to have to drill this just a little bit deeper. And that's fine for that. And the rest of this is realistically just spindle turning. So I've got my favourite 1/2 inch spindle gouge, that's what I'm going to be using. So I'm just going to start getting some shape into this now. forgot to check the overall height before I started. Just give us a second. Right, that's about the length I'm wanting to there. I thought I was going to get rid of that crack, but it looks like I'm not. So that's going to be getting some CA glue on it. Now what I don't want to have is to have the stem too chunky. So I'm going to go for around about 10 mil, I think. I might make it a bit bigger. Well, that'll be fine. It's about 12 and a half. Give us a second till I sharpen this again. We're getting there. I think that'll do for the stem. Right, so I've got this very small crack here. The annoying thing about using CA glue when you're colouring is that sometimes it can stand out against the colour. So I'll have to really try and get it sanded back as far as I can. Right. Right, now to get it sanded. I'm not going to switch the dust extractor on because that affected the stream the last time I did that. I'm going to take this to around about 400. It is getting coloured. I notice Glenn's in the house. Hiya Glenn. I'm afraid yet again I'll not be using Yorkshire grit tonight. Although I could use it and then clean it up with some mess after, which means I should still be able to use paint, but I haven't actually tried that yet. Right then. I'm going to put some sanding sealer on. Will not take that long to dry. I'll just take the excess off. I'll just knock that back with a very fine Scotch-Brite pad. Now it doesn't really matter what type of wood you use with this, but if you are going to colour it, use something plain. So I'll just get some stuff out of the way here. Now what I'm putting on first is some ebonizing lacquer. You can use just ordinary rattle can black gloss paint. Right, that's going to take a couple of minutes or a few minutes until it gets touch dry. So I'll have a look and see what's been going on in the chat. Yeah, that was me ruler, Joy, that's what just dropped. Oh, brilliant, Glenn. What am I doing now? Oh, I pin. Right, I'm just getting me paint ready. I'm using Joe Sonia paints. Can't really see that, there's a bit of glare there. And come in a variety of colours. and like I usually say when using these paints, you don't need a lot. And you've got to be very careful when you're using them, because basically they all come out cream coloured. And the reason that I've sprayed the stem black is because Joe Sonia paints, and I think other interference paints as well, the colour only comes out when it's against a dark surface. So I'm going to be using violet, green and gold. I ordered mine online from Joe Sonia's website, Leona. Trying to think if there's anywhere else you can buy them. There are other interference paints. There's a one called Gold, which I think Ed Oliver sells. Oh, and Glenn's just said you can get them from Snainton Wood Supplies. They're online as well, so you should be able to order them there, Leona. If you are going to order some, make sure you get some flow medium. Where the hell is it? Some flow medium as well. Flow medium's clever stuff. You can thin the paints down with water, because it is water-based paints. You can thin them down with water, but that actually thins the paint. What flow medium does is allow the paint to be thinned down without losing the characteristics of the paint. That all sounds silly when I say that. I think the way it works is that it reduces the surface tension. Like, flow medium has got a lower surface tension than water has. I think it's sometimes called wet water. Just going to see what this is like. Right, that's fairly touch dry now. So I'll start off, and all I'm using is a barbecue skewer to put the paint on with. And it's a very technical way that you put this on. The amount of comments I get on Facebook and Instagram with the way people are giving us loads of praise about how good the pieces look and everything, and then I'm sure when they see the videos they go, oh bloody hell, that's easy. There's a hell of a lot of different ways you can do these paints. In the vase I did yesterday, I used an airbrush. I've used cling film. I've used a blown up vinyl glove. I've used a balloon. A lump of plastic wrapping paper. So what I've got here is a lump of plastic wrapping paper or a plastic bag. I've turned it inside out because obviously the outside was all dusty, and basically what you do is spread the paint about. It doesn't matter if the paint's mixed together. That's part of the beauty of these paints. And I'm going to leave that like that. That's obviously going to take time to dry. I don't know if I can actually zoom that in. There we are. Now the paints still look in some areas creamy. All the creaminess goes away once the paint's dry. I'll give it a wee helping hand with the hot air gun. What I'll do, I'll turn that down. If ever you're going to use a hairdryer or a hot air gun for drying paint, be very careful. If you go too far, you'll end up blistering the paint and having to start again. A lot of that's quite dry now. Right, let's see what's happening in the chat. Well, I'm not coming down to do it, Wayne. No way. Well, thanks for that comment, Wayne, about the vase. Really enjoyed doing that. That came about because of a comment made about the platter. And somebody wanted to know how it was done. And it's very difficult trying to explain in comments how you do things when it comes to this type of painting. So I thought it'd just be a hell of a lot easier just to do a video and show them. I've just got a couple of areas down here that's still a bit wet. I am speeding this process up. What I'd normally do is just leave this and let it dry natural. And the other thing about this project is that it's quite cheap. I mean, a piece of wood that size, that was about what, 6 inches by 3, maybe a little bit longer. Doesn't cost very much. The amount of paint you use is minimal. The gin glasses themselves, I'm sure this one's from Matalan. I'm sure I got this one from Matalan. I bought a load of them. They were £2 each. So you're not actually using a hell of a lot. It doesn't take long to do. I'm selling these at £25 a pop, and they are pretty good sellers as well. So oh, should have left that board up there. So I'm just going to do a lacquer finish on this. So the lacquer I use is, might be too close, it's Isopon. Get that down. That's it. It's Isopon Clear Coat lacquer, which I get from Halfords over here in the UK. Over in the States, if anybody's, I'm sure there's people watching from the States, basically a nice clear coat lacquer from any auto shop. Now again, if you are going to put lacquer on anything, you're as well doing it in lots and lots of coats, very thin coats. Put it on, let it dry. It usually is touch dry within about 20 minutes or so. Again, you can use your heat gun to do this. But again, be careful, otherwise you'll just blister the lacquer. That's touch dry. Right. What I would do, usually, this would probably get about 7-8 coats of lacquer. But seeing as how I'm doing it live, I'm going to get this parted off, and then we'll come to putting the actual bowl in. And just give the bottom a quick sand off. Now, whenever you're using a drill in the headstock, okay, I was just doing a bit of sanding there, but if you're going to be using it for anything else, for any type of holding system, anything like that, make sure you try and get the most taper with, see if I'm getting that right, with a thread in the end. So you can actually make a drawbar to fasten onto the outer part of the headstock. It's a hell of a lot safer. Just put my board up again because I need to mix up some epoxy. Now when you're using the epoxy, obviously you need enough in there to actually glue the stem in, but try not to put too much in that when you push the stem down it squeezes out to the top. Oh, I'm off with the flaming camera again. Sorry about that. Right, that should do it. And then we'll just take our gin glass and make sure it's seated nicely, which that is. Right, I'm just going to put the camera up so you can see my ugly mug. I know you didn't really want us to do that. Let's see if I can zoom out. That's better. Here I am. Hi guys. And here is the gin glass. I'll try and get it a bit closer, see if you can see the colours. I will stick some photographs up on Facebook and Instagram tomorrow, because obviously I need to clean the glass. But that's it. Nice simple project. Hope you enjoyed it. No, Paula. I only try and do them when I break things. I'll hold it on its side. I'm really trying to get you to see the colour. It's because of the light. I've got too much light. So there you go. I've got another one of these to make. One of my pals who I was in the army with, Alan. I think he was across in Germany in the last couple of weeks, and one of my favourite tipples is Asbach, which is a German wine brand, as it's called, German brandy. And he brought me back a couple of bottles, which was very nice of them. So I got rid of one in one night. Mind you, Jane had a glass and old Paula had a glass, but I had the rest. So he didn't want paying for them. So I asked him what he did want, and he said he wanted to have a couple of gin glasses. So I'm doing him a couple of gin glasses, and he wanted coloured ones as well. Which is always nice. But I think that's about it for tonight. I'll just see if there's anything going on in the chat. Leona, stop going on about the bloody Diet Coke. God, my. There was enough calories in the Asbach. I don't really like full fat Coke. Anyway, that's me. I'm going to stop now. I'm going to go in the house and have a glass of red, or maybe even two. I might get some tea after, because I haven't had my tea yet. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, while you're here, oh right, there's still 40 odd in, good. I tell you, you must be mental coming to watch me do this. Next Monday, there won't be a live. I'm changing the day. It's going to be on a Wednesday now, and I'll probably do it earlier. I'll probably do it about 8 o'clock rather than starting at 8:30. So it's going to be Wednesday. That'll be the 21st. So 21st of August, 8 o'clock, back here, and we'll do something. It'll probably be turning, but we'll do something. I'm not sure what yet. I don't think farther than my next glass of red, to tell you the truth. But we'll certainly be doing something. I hope you have a great week, rest of your week, weekends and everything. I'm doing a country fair at Drumlanrig Castle, up beside Thornhill, this weekend. So I'll be putting some photos out, I would think. And like Glyn said earlier on, that he's been getting the workshop ready for the 27th. This all came about, I've got to tell this story. This all came about when my mate Dave, the wood barber, put a post on Facebook and basically said, I'm missing everybody from Maker Central. And I put a comment on, I can feel a road trip coming on. And then Glyn came on and said Yorkshire Grit Central. Then Stephen Leona came on, and the next thing you know, we've got Makers Meet Up in Ireland happening, which, to tell you the truth, I wish I was going to go for that one. I just can't bloody afford it. So a few of us got together. I think there's me, Dave, Steve from SK Crafts, Dale from Maple Tree Studios, I think Kev's in the chat tonight. Hi Kev. Kev Newman and Glyn are meeting up at Yorkshire Grit Central in Scarborough. We're meeting up on the 26th to have a night out, and then on the 27th we're going to be having a mess about, play about at Glyn's place. So that should be huge fun. And hopefully we can do more things like this. I'm really hoping that Leona and Steve are going to do another one in Ireland next year. Hopefully I'll be able to get saved up and come across for that one, because it sounds like it's going to be absolutely magic. Right, I've waffled on enough. I'm going to go and have a fag and a glass of red, and I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.